Hey guys, welcome back to the University of Aesthetics YouTube page, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through a classic physique shoulder workout. Here we started out first with a leaning one arm dumbbell lateral raise, and for these I just take an inclined bench and put it all the way up, and then I use my other arm for support and leading with the elbow, just rep out my lateral raise here. So focusing on the lateral head of the delt here, I go for some really high reps on these. So I started out here with this is actually my second set that you're seeing right here. And for the first set I do 30 reps, the second set I do 25 reps, the third set I do 20, and then the last set I do 15 reps, followed by a drop set that I'll try and get 25 reps again with the same weight with a lighter weight, but 25 reps each arm. So this is actually going into my last set here, so I had to cut out a couple of them, but on this one going for 15 reps here with a 45, and after that I speed up the clip to go through my drop set. But my left side is actually kind of a little bit weaker than my right side, so I do an extra set with my left side during the drop set to really try and balance out that weak point. So here you're seeing me just smashing out the last set here on the lateral raise. For these I really try and lead with that elbow, arms slightly bent, and really trying to isolate the lateral head of the delt here. As you get down to the last few reps, trying to get as many as I can. I maybe swing just a little bit, but for the most part, really try and control the negatives. And I always like to wear a belt on shoulder day. I think it just helps with keeping the waist tight, as well as the breathing, and just makes your heart rate go up a little higher. So I like that. And then I hit the other side here. So like I said, 4 sets on these, and kind of going heavier as you go from 30 reps all the way down to 15 reps, 4 sets. And this will be the first exercise that I do, and I really like to put a lot of emphasis on this. It takes me a long time to get through this, but with being a physique athlete, you always want to have as wide of shoulders as you can. So I always start with raises, and I do a very minimal amount of pressing movements for my shoulder workout, which you'll see here in a little bit, just the couple of exercises that I do for presses, but mostly focused on raises with my shoulder day. It's kind of sparing on the joints, and I feel like you can isolate the other heads of the delt a little bit better rather than doing military press, which primarily works the anterior head. You can do a lot of different types of raises to work different angles on the shoulders. So here I'm finishing up with this drop set. I'm kind of in the middle of the drop set right now, just trying to really just pump out as many reps as I can. At this point I was really struggling for air. I was really dying, but was getting a pretty good pump. I used GATS PMP supplement. I had a sample from sups.com, and I used that for this workout. It was a really good pre-workout. I would definitely recommend it. But here I'm just legging out the last few reps and believe I'm down to a 25 pounder here for my drop set, and after I finish my 4th set, I go 25 pounds for the first part of the drop set, down to 10 pounds, and then finish off with 8 pounds. So and basically just getting as many reps as you can, really just roasting out the delts. This is all sped up, but moving into the next one here, this is just continuing the drop set. I believe the next clip you're going to see is still part of the drop set, but using an 8 pounder just to really finish off the shoulders here. But yeah, these are probably my favorite shoulder exercise that I do. And I split up my shoulder workout. So this workout here is primarily lateral deltoids, as well as a little bit of anterior. I do two exercises for rear delts as well, but on Sunday it's supposed to be my off day, but usually I'll throw in some rear delts on Sunday as well. Rear delts are one of those that really hard for some people to grow, and a lot of people neglect training them, so I really try and make sure that I get them in on Sunday if I can. Sometimes my shoulders will feel tight still, so maybe I'll actually take Sunday as my off day, but usually I'll throw in some rear delts on Sunday as well. So, but really try and crank up the intensity on these, and during this drop set, just giving it absolutely everything I have, fighting for the last few reps, and really trying to just hit failure. This is definitely the exercise that I put the most work into on my shoulder day, and I've really noticed some good growth from it, especially if you really control the eccentric portion or the negative portion of the exercise. You'll really feel those delts start to pump up. So like I said, 4 sets on here, 30 reps, 25 reps, 20 reps, 15 reps in the last set, followed by a giant drop set, basically just going to complete failure and just toasting the delts. So it takes me a while to get through this, so I kind of sped up this clip, but this is an exercise that I would recommend definitely on your shoulder day. Really engages the lateral portion of the delts. So the next 2 exercises that I do are a seated dumbbell alternating front raise, and then I follow that up with a superset that with a bent over rear delt dumbbell row, which you'll see here in a second. So for these front raise, I start in a hammer grip, so kind of, just your thumbs up type grip, and then as I go through the motion, I twist to a pronated or palms down motion. So, and I alternate on these. And for these front raises, I go for 4 sets, anywhere from 15 to 30 reps. I know it's a big rep range, but I like to push myself and hit failure, and usually I will fail somewhere in that range. So I believe on these I went for 25 reps with the 25 pounders, and I do 4 sets of these, supersetted with the rear delt row, which you're about to see in a second. So in a little bit here, but these are great for the anterior portion of the delt, so the front of the shoulder. And like I said, you just alternate with these and really try and isolate that portion of the shoulder. You can also do these on an inclined bench, so maybe just past 30 degrees on an inclined bench, laying into it, doing the front raise. That works as well, but I wanted to switch it up and try something a little bit different here. So lots of volume on the shoulder day, you'll see. Very high reps, but I feel like that's what helps make the shoulders grow the most, for me at least. But like I said, just finish out this clip here. Went for 4 sets, anywhere from 15 to 30 reps. And so right after this, I'll superset these with this bent over dumbbell row, which you're about to see. I actually stole these from the Steve Cook, Callum Von Moger workout that they posted on YouTube. They use plates for it, but I just like the dumbbells a little bit better. So you want to get down in that ready position, knees slightly bent, chest high, and then you're rowing just a little bit higher than what you would do if you were rowing to target the lats. You're just going to pull a little bit higher, and these really isolate the rear delts. So these are one of 2 rear delt exercises that I do. So I only do 3 sets on these, 15 reps, and I superset them with the front raise. So we're going to move into our next superset here, which is the Barbell Upright Row, and I will superset that with a dumbbell lateral raise, a different variation of that. So here I got my arms just past shoulder width, and you're going to lead with the elbows, and basically the bar just kind of scales up your body. So you really want to lead with the elbows moving up, and you should feel it in the lateral portion of your delt, not your traps. You can isolate the traps on these, maybe by going a little bit closer grip, but I'm trying to target the lateral portion of the deltoid here. So on these I do 4 sets, and I go for about 15 reps on each one. On the last couple sets, I might go a little bit higher rep and drop the weight down, but I will superset those with another variation of dumbbell lateral raise. So this one, kind of in that ready position, bringing the dumbbells in front, and once again, just leading with the elbow, really trying to isolate the lateral head of the delt. So I know I keep saying that, the lateral portion, but that's what's really going to give you that width on stage, and that's what I'm going after here. So on these, I went for about 15 reps, and I only do 3 sets of the lateral raise. So 4 sets of the upright row, 3 sets of the lateral raise, supersetted, and that was the next 2. So we move into my pressing motions for shoulders. So these are the only 2 pressing motions that I do for this workout, and I superset them. So here I'm doing just your basic seated military press with dumbbells, and I'm going for about 25 reps here. And as you can see, I'm not really locking out too much. I do lock out briefly just to give myself a quick breather, but trying to keep that tension on the shoulders the whole time throughout the motion. So cut the rep count pretty high here with 25 reps, and I will do 4 sets of these, anywhere from 15 to 25 repetitions. And I will superset these with a 1-arm machine press, which you will see here in a moment. But these, I don't like to put a lot of focus on these. I like to put more focus on the raises at the beginning, so I throw these in more towards the end of my workout. So, but try to keep that back really nice and straight up against the back of the bench there. And so I superset those with this 1-arm machine press, and this is a cool machine here. This is down at True Fitness down in Dubuque, and this machine's kind of more set back than the machines that I've used previously, but on this one I do 1 arm, and I go for 15 reps with each arm. So if you have any weak points or one side might be weaker than the other, this is a great way to isolate the more weak side and really try and bring up those weak points. So I will do 3 sets of these and 15 reps apiece, and I superset these with the seated military press. So, and after the last set of the military press, I will do a drop set, kind of standing, just run down the rack on those. So that's a good superset there, just to get the pressing movements in. And the next exercise that I went into is an exercise that I got from Steve Cook, just watching his videos. You want to set up the cable apparatus about shoulder height, and you're just going to slightly bend your knees, holding onto the cable apparatus there. And as you can see, this is a rear delt targeted exercise, and I'm pulling my arm away, and I'm not bending at the elbow joint at all. That elbow and arm stays locked in position, and you really just try and isolate the rear delt here. And on these, I went 4 sets for 15 reps apiece. So I'll do each hand. You're just seeing the right side in this clip though. So this is actually the last exercise that I do for the shoulders. And then I clean up the end of my workout with some triceps, which you guys have already seen some of my tricep work in other videos, but I start with a rope extension, and on these I go for 6 sets, anywhere very high rep, around 25 reps a set. And like I said, 6 sets of those, really trying to force some blood in the triceps, really pump them up. And the next one that I'm going to do is a underhand extension with a straight bar, and on these I go for 4 sets and anywhere from 20 to 25 reps on these. And this targets that long head of the tricep, really trying to get that nice sweep when I pull up a back double bi and like a front double bicep pose. But yeah, this workout has just a ton of volume. It's kind of a nice switch up, especially going for the high reps and the lateral raise. I would definitely recommend it. The last exercise that I do here is just a straight bar overhand grip this time, focusing more on that lateral portion of the tricep. So really hope you guys enjoyed this workout. I hope you give it a try. Some different stuff, not so much pressing movements for shoulders, so maybe just give it a run and see what you think. But I know the high reps will make for a great pump. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just stay tuned for some more content. I'm going to be hopefully getting some good tips and helpful videos up for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and go out there and hit those shoulders hard.